Hi, everyone. This is Ryan Clark with Clark College Consulting, the author of two wonderful college planning books. And over the last decade, I've worked with over 1,000 students, helping them select, apply, and get into college for less than they ever dreamed possible. And today, I'm very excited because I get to interview a wonderful student of mine, Kunika Aggarwal, and she's going to tell us all about her college planning process. But before we get into that, I always like to start this interview with some quick icebreaker questions. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to give her 1 minute, and in that minute, she's going to try to answer as many questions as possible. So let me go ahead and get the timer set, and we will get going. So are you ready?
Yes.
All right. If you could buy any type of food, what would you buy?
Anything with chicken.
Okay. Are you a morning or night person?
Night person.
What's the color of your toothbrush?
Blue.
Blue. What is your favorite cartoon character and why?
SpongeBob, because that's what I grew up watching.
Okay, that's a good one. What is the one thing that annoys you the most?
Arrogance.
Arrogance. That's a good one. Yeah, love that. What is your dream job?
CFO.
CFO. Okay. What is your favorite summer activity?
Going to the beach.
Going to the beach. Nice. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Okay. Hardworking, persistent, and loyal.
Loyal. Excellent. Excellent. Well, that's a minute. You did an awesome job there.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah. So let's get into the good questions. And these questions are really to help the students and parents that are watching this video kind of go through the college planning process. So let's walk the students and parents through kind of your college planning process, meaning where did you start? What did you look for to college? Where did you visit? How did you narrow down your colleges? Kind of what was the process?
Okay, so to start off, I knew I wanted to go mostly in the state. So I was looking at the in-state colleges, and it was really overwhelming at first, if I'm going to be honest, because there were so many colleges to apply from, and I wasn't sure if I should apply to 5 or 10. So I started researching into the in-state colleges and looking into my major, which is business, and seeing which one would be good for that. And then when I toured, I looked at the campuses, and I really thought of whether I would be a good fit there and if I could see myself going there. And that's why the one college that stuck out to me was Chapel Hill. So it instantly became the top on my list.
And if you remember when we were going through and coaching you through this college process, one of the things I told you was not to fall in love with one college, right? You wanted to fall in love with many colleges. And of course you were able to do that. So,
yes.
So tell everyone some of the other colleges you applied to.
I applied to Elon University, NC State, Duke University, High Point, which I love the campus there as well, Indiana University, University of Pennsylvania, and
Yeah, so great schools. They were all a good fit socially and academically and financially as well, which was wonderful. And so when you were going through this college planning process, what do you think was the most terrifying or a time when you were most stressed?
I think the most terrifying thing was writing my Common App essay, because I knew how important it was to colleges, and I knew that was the one essay that was going to go everywhere. And that was also when I was the most stressed, because we went through many drafts of that essay, and I was just feeling that, man, I don't think I can get this thing right, and I don't know if the colleges are going to like my essay or if they're going to understand what I'm trying to get across. So that was definitely the most stressful time for me when I was writing that one essay.
Exactly right. I think most students think that the first time you write it, that you're done. And that's not the case. It's going to take multiple drafts, multiple times to get it to where you really, really want it. It's also important to have some other people look at your essay, because what you tend to find is that writing an essay for example, an English paper is a little bit different than writing for a college. Would you agree?
Yes, completely. Writing for English is so different than writing for college, and you have to basically learn to write again when you write for college, because you're writing more about yourself, which is what you're not used to in English. English, you're either analyzing something or talking about something else. In college, you're writing about yourself, which can be hard sometimes because you really have to dig deep and think about what you are as a person.
That's a great point. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's really about telling the colleges what they can't find on your application. And so you do have to dig deep, and you have to really speak from the heart, and that makes a great essay. So great point. So you were also nominated for the Belk Scholarship.
Yeah.
And for the people that don't know the Belk Scholarship, please explain what that is for UNC Charlotte.
Okay, so the Belk Scholars is at UNC Charlotte, like you said. It's a 5 years master's program where for the first 4 years, tuition is fully paid for. And in the 5th year, it's a master's where you can apply to 3 different programs, either mathematical finance or econ or business analytics. And Belk Scholars is a really small group of people. They accept like 5 or 6 students every year, and you kind of go with that same group, and you also are part of the business honors program, which is a wider group of people, and you go with that same group for your next 4 years of college, and then you have your 5th year of master's, which UNC Charlotte also provides for.
Yeah, so it's a great scholarship. It's fairly new compared to a lot of the other scholarships that are around. So it's been around, what, about 4 years now, 4 years?
They're having their first full graduating class, I think, this year.
This year, so 4 years, I guess. So 4 or 5 years, that's about right. And it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity, wonderful scholarship. And you obviously applied, and you went back for an interview, and we did some interview practicing, obviously. Was there anything that you took away from the interview and maybe even the practicing that you could pass on to someone who's thinking about going for a scholarship interview or a Belk Scholarship interview? Of course, don't tell us about any specific questions, but just in general, some advice that you would give it.
Yeah, with the interview help that we did, I really learned about body language and how to sit and how to look, make eye contact, and really sound confident, even though sometimes you may not understand what you're saying, but you just need to be able to keep yourself calm and answer the questions. And that's really what I would give advice to the people coming up for scholarship interviews, is just to keep calm and keep thinking, and, have confident body language, because that will really show your interviewers that, you're a good candidate.
That's a great point. So important, so important. And now a lot of colleges are doing Zoom or Skype interviews, and you have to practice the same thing on camera as well as face-to-face. So that's important as well. This is the last question that I'm going to ask you. If you had to go back in time, and if you went back your sophomore year or freshman year, would you do anything different? Oh, and let me give you a plan B or another quick question. What advice would you give a freshman or sophomore or maybe even a rising senior about the college planning process?
Well, for the freshman and sophomore, the advice that I would give them is to keep up with your grades and don't do anything stupid that you're going to have to regret when you're applying. Like, join the clubs you can and take the hard classes when you can. So when you're a senior, you don't think, oh man, I wish I would have taken this class or I would have gotten a higher GPA. Like, don't do anything. Don't miss those opportunities that you get early in your high school years because you think they won't matter, because they end up mattering when you apply for college. And for a rising senior, the advice I would give is to not stress. I know it's overwhelming because you're just starting the college application process and you're not sure how it's going to work, but you just have to start early and not wait until October, November, December when those deadlines come up, because then you're going to get more overwhelmed. So start early in the summer and start thinking and start writing your essays.
That's great advice. Wonderful advice. And Kunika, tell everyone where you've decided that you're going to be attending college.
I have decided to go to UNC Chapel Hill.
Excellent. So you did consider going to UNC Charlotte and Chapel Hill. Those were your 2 finalists because you were awarded the Belk Scholarship, correct?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, so that was a tough decision, but congratulations on your decision. I know you'll do wonderful at Chapel Hill. And thank you so much for your time and for your input and for your knowledge. You did a wonderful job, and thank you so much.